Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for Mythic Wars Playoffs. This is the map draft for the best of 5. I've already given it away here. I'm supposed to do this where we very carefully decide on our bans of we've never seen this before of Mediterranean and Midgard. Oh wait, he banned Ice Arena. Are you kidding me? Damn, I was looking forward to some Ice Arena shenanigans. All right, so he doesn't ban Midgard, and he picks Silk Road. I grab Ghost Lake. He goes Midgard, Giza, and Gold Rush. So the playoffs are very different now. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 land maps, 2 water maps, and yeah. So you get to pick 2 each, and then you get a random pick in the end. So we roll Gold Rush here for our first one. I'm going to move over to here. You're not going to look at the screen for a second while I hit the play button here. And we're going to go through our thought process and the bans and the picks and all the good stuff here. So first and foremost, Suppe picked Silk Road. This map, effectively, there is a god on this map that I think is really, really bonkers broken. Effectively, I think that you can pick Noir there, and I'm pretty sure it's a guaranteed win in pretty much every single matchup, depending on all the other, all the stuff that goes on. But I'm pretty sure it's a guaranteed win. No one can keep up with the economy that this god can have. And I thought, you know what? I'm not even going to bother trying to pick this god and then trying to execute here. I don't have guessed, which I think is a big advantage here. There's also another map that I have to pick for, which is Gold Rush, which I think this god is also very good on. So we decide to ban it out. So getting rid of Noir. So Noir is the god that's really good on Silk Road and really good on Gold Rush. There's one other god or 2 other gods that I think are pretty good there, but with Midgard getting picked as well, it starts to make things look a little bit spicy. So I'm not exactly sure what to expect at this point, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to have, and I'm not really feeling comfortable here with these maps in the slightest. Suppe bans out Set, which was a bit of a disappointment, to be completely honest. I purposefully didn't ban Egyptian, such that I could pick away either like Isis or Ra, and I don't think Suppe wants to play Set, and I want to play Set. So he bans away my Set. I don't get to grab him. We pick Isis. Suppe goes for Ra, so no surprises there. He doesn't want me to get 2 Egyptians, and then he picks Zeus. So the first thing I think is, okay, so Zeus is for Midgard, right? Zeus is for Midgard. Also, Zeus is for Silk Road. So he's got a bit of a twofer there. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what do I want to do? Do I try and beat... Well, first and foremost, if he goes Zeus on Midgard, I think I can beat that. First and foremost, I think that's something that I've proven I can beat, and I can beat it with several different gods. I feel I can outplay. I feel like I've got that. So I go, okay, Zeus for Midgard. Let's put that in the back of our mind. I'm not going to pick a god for Midgard, a super god for Midgard. I'm going to pick something else. I'm going to pick away from Suppe. I grab Odin. Odin is one of the gods that Suppe's very good with. I decide if I play him, then it's going to be good for me. I know I can play Odin. I feel comfortable with Odin. We go for that. And then one other god. Right now, I'm considering whether or not I want Hades or I want a China god. And I pick Kronos. This was probably the biggest mistake of this draft. Kronos is my god for Silk Road. I think this god is good on Silk Road. I don't think he is the best, but there's not that many gods that are like really good here. There's a couple of gods that are, there's 2 gods that I think, actually no. I think this god is probably in that tier below. You got Noir in itself, and then I think you got this god, and I think you got Zeus in the next tier for this map. So I picked for Silk Road here, and that gave Suppe Fushi. and he picks up Hades. So now I'm thinking, well, bugger. I probably should have picked Fushi. I probably shouldn't have picked Odin. I wanted the Odin as a response to Zeus on Midgard. I wanted the Kronos as a response for Silk Road. And now I'm in this really awkward spot where there's not really any gods left in this draft that I want to play. I got Freyr. I picked Freyr. That's a great god. I'm happy to have him. He's fantastic in this patch. He's got a couple of gods I got to dodge. If I can run into Zeus or I can run into Hades on a normal map or on Midgard, that's going to be good. And right now I'm thinking, okay, Freyr might be my Midgard pick. Odin, I'm going to have to play on a land map. Unfortunately, I don't have a good land map for him. And I'm looking at the rest of these gods going, well, what do I grab? I've got Ghost Lake that I need to deal with. Should I grab Thor? And I go, well, Suppe's also good with Loki. Should I ban off that from him? Should I grab Shenong? I grab Loki because it's Suppe and I feel like I can ban him out here a little bit. Grab the Loki. He can't play Loki. Loki I can flex with Freyr for Midgard. Happy days, but I still don't have that Ghost Lake god. Suppe picks Thor. That was my other Ghost Lake pick. Now I don't have a Ghost Lake god. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. I'm going to go, well, at least I can play Odin there, right? That's my thought. Okay, so he grabs Shenong as well. And I'm thinking, well, what do I really want in the end here? Do I want an Uranus? Do I want a Gaia? Do I want a Poseidon? I don't really want any of these. Uranus isn't good into any of these gods. We grab Poseidon. So this is our draft. I'm not super stoked with it. I think if I can win with my Isis on Gold Rush, if I can win with Kronos on Silk Road, and I can win with Freyr on Midgard or Loki on Midgard, and potentially Poseidon on Giza, and I'm just going to have to sack Ghost Lake. Is kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, maybe I can outplay on Ghost Lake with Odin, maybe, but that's what I'm thinking here. So let's get into game number 1, which is on Gold Rush. Suppe here, he decides to play very, very kindly into me to kick this one off with. He runs Ra into my Isis. To be completely frank with you, I have more experience in the Egyptian mirror than Suppe does. The Egyptian mirror is somewhat complicated. I know exactly what Ra can do. I know the capabilities of Ra. I know what the all-ins look like. I know what the fast mythic looks like. I know what... I basically know all the strategies that Ra can do. I'm very, very comfortable here. So... what's Gold Rush? Let's just show you it off. Gold Rush is a map that has all the gold in the middle. So we have 2 options here. Option number 1 is we go for 1 town center, Ancestors Eclipse, the economy, and we just try and hold the middle and maybe pressure the main base of their like gold mine, force them to spend some resources and just lock him off. Option number 2 is we go for a far second town center, and we try and play for the middle a little bit later and see how things are going to go. So at this point, pickaxe coming through, build order going fairly nicely. Just need to make sure that I move my Pharaoh back and forth here on the monument so I can get myself the upgrade Flood of the Nile. And we're going to be doing that as well as... I'm dropping some resources off. I think I missed that one there. I missed those 2 there as well, but that's okay. And so long as you get this favor in for Flood of the Nile, it's totally fine. I must admit, these tournaments kind of do a toll on the mental. There's a mental pressure that goes into these that I really can't... I think I've understood it right now. I think I understand why I feel mental pressure, and it's not really because I'm like... I missed a big one here. It's not really because I'm like scared or anything. Or I don't feel like I compete. It's because of the unknown. The lack of preparation, basically. I think if I prepped really, really well, maybe, just maybe, I wouldn't be nervous. If that makes any sense. Like, I'll give you an example. When I play music, I used to get really nervous putting on gigs, performing. I used to get really nervous. I'd shake. And then all of a sudden, one day, it just went away. And the reason it went away was I got so comfortable playing this rep, playing the music that I know, that all of a sudden, it just, I knew that no matter what happened, I'd be able to deal with it. This tournament, this draft system, I don't get to prep. The best I can do is go and run scrims, as they call it, against other people who also don't have a clue what they're doing. Nobody really knows until you're actually in the thick of it and you're actually playing these tournament games, right? So, long story short, I'm nervous because I am not well prepped for this tournament. I was in the group stages. I was well prepped. I knew every matchup. I knew several strategies I could do with every matchup. Literally, I could play random god and I felt like I was okay. This patch, I got no idea. Like, legitimately, I don't know what's good. I don't trust what anyone's got to say on this patch. And I don't think anybody really fully understands all of the quote-unquote bullshit, and I hate to use that word, but that's the word it is, that can get thrown your way. Now, if I know all of that stuff, then all of a sudden I know how to defend against it, and I can deal with it. But if I don't know how to defend against it, all of a sudden it's like, well, am I going to get hit with this? How do I deal with it? I'm guessing. We're playing some guessing games. Nonetheless, let's focus on the game. And we've got that little thing out of the way. Bit of an explanation of what's going on. I'm going Bars. I decide to go for the town center. I have a decent town center here with this hunt behind this. I got Obelisk set up. I'm not too scared here. If he wants to go for a Shifting Sands idea, he can, but he's so far late to the classical age that it doesn't... I know that he's not going to be able to deny the town center, so we are guaranteed a second town center here. No problems. Happy days. We get this up for free. Don't have to worry. And we can start thinking about getting to the heroic age. Now, one thing that I'm a little bit worried about here as I'm trying to clean up Obelisk is... do I need to build priests to defend myself? From way back in the day, we've got that Magyar sort of thing sticking out, which people don't really do in Retold because it's not that good. But if you don't prepare for it, you know, you could get caught out. And that's early priest rushing in and hitting you. These Aurochs aren't safe. I have to eat them because that's the only food around this town center, but they aren't safe. But it's not easy for him to realize that they're there. I know that he hasn't spotted this, for example. I've scouted this. I've scouted this. I know that he's not here. I know that he doesn't know that there's hunt there. And I can actually show you that he doesn't know that there's hunt there. He also sees that there's hunt on his town center. So, I mean, he could guess that I would have a similar map to him. Unfortunately, my map is garbage compared to what his is. I didn't realize that in the game because I didn't quite get that scouting there, but I'm searching around here just trying to get some map vision and just trying to see what's happening here, seeing where all the gold mines are and doing all the good stuff. Monument to the Soldiers to come down. And we're just going to be looking to get to the next stage. I'm thinking about priests and all the other stuff. I got Dwarven Calipers here, which is nice. Gets me some siege reduction. In cost, siege is going to be really, really important in this matchup, whether it's going to be catapults or siege towers to push. Definitely the cheaper ones there is going to be good. Sphinx coming my way. I'm trying to shoot and scoot micro here, but it doesn't really do a whole lot, so I just pull back. I can heal back up afterwards anyways. If I can get this obelisk up where we're all happy and stuff. I have to get up a couple of priests, which I'm not super happy about, but nonetheless, we're going to get some more villagers onto gold. Get ourselves sorted out. And I have to now start thinking about, well, exactly what are we going to be going for here? I talked about it before. Do we go fast Mythic? Do we play a defensive thing? Or do we have to defend, basically? Those are the questions here. Like, what is Soup going to go for? Realistically, if he can get a fast Mythic off and really get quickly to it, then we can be in trouble because he's going to have access to catapults. If he goes for segment, goes for fast catapults, then that's also going to be a tricky one where he can start Migdol creeping and catapulting me down in the heroic age. I want Nephthys here. I don't really want to have the Sobek with the cheaper Migdols. I don't think that's important, not in the slightest. So we are now just about to click up. I'm so late to the heroic age. I think part of this was the food situation here. Also the fact that the gold situation is really average. I'm going to send some villagers forward now to grab this gold. And unfortunately for me, I do show off that I'm doing this as my villagers are spotted over here. We take a look at what Soup actually sees. He's got very good vision that my villagers are here. But I also know if he wants to come and fight me, I have some priests out ready to defend. I drop my prosperity. Let me get back onto my perspective. I've got a couple of priests. It's probably not enough, but I need to drop prosperity. I don't want to use prosperity with all my villagers on this gold mine and be stuck. I got a couple of villagers on wood here as well for some things as he's going to charge in here. I'm immediately going to target down the Sphinx. He brings a couple of priests. We have the Pharaoh in as well. He's getting a little bit of damage done onto my gold mine here. But nonetheless, try and take down the Sphinx there. Try and get some damage done. A little bit of micro here would go a long way. I can heal up my bad boys here as well. He gets a Pharaoh in. Good micro from Soup. I was struggling to micro that one, but nonetheless, we're now up against the Sobek. He drops the Locust in. Unfortunately, our dude dies. I see all of his heroes here, so I go, all right. Let's go for his villages, Ancestors Eclipse onto the economy. This is one of the reasons why Isis is so potent in this patch. Villager kills in this patch are insanely strong. Every villager kill we get is fantastic. His Soup pops out. I sort of miss it. I'm searching around for villagers to kill off. I'm clicking off the villagers as he goes over. I'm going to get a Migdol over here, and we're going to start creeping forward to get another Migdol up. Coming over onto this side to pick off some more guys. He's getting his Migdol up also in a very similar position, but we will have a second one here to come up onto the front, and we've got our Scorpion men, and I will be able to sit on this gold mine. No problems, as we also picking off villagers over here. So if we take a look at the end of it, we have managed to kill off 4 villagers without... or have a villager lead of 4. I'm not sure if I lost anywhere else this game, but we managed to get 4 villager kills. I have overgathered wood, so I decide, all right, let's come back over onto food, grab ourselves shaft mine at some point, and we're going to start basically seeing what our opponent's doing. And luckily for me, my obelisks are here, and I see him making chariot archers. What do chariot archers mean? Chariot archers mean that... and we also see a siege works. Chariot archers mean that he's got villagers on wood. Now, however many villagers on wood he's got, I don't really know. So I need to confirm this. And at this point, I go, all right, I need to make units just in case at this point. I need to confirm what he's doing, and then we can actually decide. So I run in, and I'm going to check out this wood line yet again. If there's a ton of villagers on wood here, which there are, now I know that Soup is going for an all-in. So, at this point, I opt to mind game him. I'm going to garrison camel riders inside my Migdol stronghold. I'm going to put a siege works down as well. And effectively here, I'm going to wait for him to come and attack me. And then I'll pop my army out and he will be very, very upset. So this is a mind game because he thinks I'm going to be going Mythic Age here. I drop my prosperity again and he sees this as an opportunity to come and attack me. I need to retreat back. I'm going to wait for him to get nice and close, and then we will pop out all of our Deuterinos. I've got a little bit of damage coming in from my Migdol. I need to get better at this. Like my Migdol is targeting down siege weapons at this point, but doesn't matter. I've got heavy camel riders against these chariot archers. They will not survive here. Soup does have a good hefty amount of Betsukos, but my priests and Pharaoh are going to be enough here to get some serious damage done, and we do manage to push them all back, and that is going to be the all-in defended. His Betsukos are going to be dead, and we're in a really, really good spot now. Now, while this is all going on, idle villages, idle villages. I look up at this point and I go, holy moly, I have 35 idle villages. But luckily, I'm going to be able to get gold control here. So, and I've got these camel riders, which Suppe cannot catch up to. So we are basically all good. And Suppe taps out. So I managed to move my villagers off to the next whatever it is. But yeah, that was arguably an early tap out from Suppe just because I completely misplayed, but he doesn't know that I misplayed. A little bit of respect coming my way here as he taps out, realizes things are pretty grim. I do have 61 military to his 11, which probably means it doesn't matter. The fact that I've got 0 resources doesn't really matter. So yeah, we get the first win. A nice mind game, but to be completely honest, if I can't win this matchup, I don't think I can beat any matchup against Suppe. This is heavily Ice's favored in this patch, in my opinion, on this map. I liked his idea, but I think the idea of potentially leaving some priest at home, maybe just allowing this, or even going into Spearman rather than Migdol, and then straight away. So you go Spearman, Sekhmet, and try and put some pressure on with the Spearman while you're advancing. You can build Spearman right while you're advancing and actually pressure this. And that might be another idea here on Gold Rush. I don't know about Sobek here. Sure, you get to spam the Migdols out for very, very cheap, though he doesn't have the tech. Sure, you get the Betsukos, but I don't know. I think this one's a tough one for Ra. So we get the first win. Yay. So we'll move into game number 2. I'll put that one out a little bit later today. So hopefully you guys enjoying the reviews and the tournament. Make sure you check out your Desla's stuff to see his live stream and all the other good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one.